The Graeme Vagg engine. Graeme Vagg was an Australian fellow who worked with Pete Barrett at some time, and what he did was use the Volkswagen crankshaft, Volkswagen connecting rods, pistons, wrist pins, the important parts that are difficult to make, and made a V4 out of it. The beauty of this is that your Volkswagen had a flat crank. If you take a flat crank or a 180-degree crank and you put a V type of configuration to it, it is then self-starting. Because there is never a dead spot, there's never a top dead center or bottom dead center where the thing will not start. This is able to start, self-start all the time because you have a V configuration driving a flat crank. You may want to think about that a long time to figure out the genius of that operation, but at least that does tell you something. Somewhere around here I have a rotary valve for this particular engine. As a rule, we do not like rotary valves. We much prefer poppet valves. This one was very, very well engineered and designed. The rotary valve was copied from Richard Smith, a fellow in Southern California. And he was very bright, and he was able to figure out how to make a rotary valve work. Most other people are not able to make them work. They either have too high a clearances and leak steam all over, or they have too tight a clearances and immediately seize up and stop working. And so that is an issue there. But this is quite interesting. You can see that the crankcase is fabricated from aluminum flat stock. I'm assuming it is a weldment, although it possibly could be a casting. But the hard parts to make are the moving parts, which is the crankshaft, the bearings that go with it, and particularly the connecting rods with the big end and little end bearings, and the whole thing. So that is what happens here, which uses Volkswagen components. But not the Volkswagen crankcase or even drivetrain.